friends, and welcome to our home. If you're new, my name is Brittany, and today we are decorating for fall. And we're starting off with a couple DIY projects. I found both of these, the pumpkin and the glass vase, at Goodwill, and I wanted to start off with DIYing them and painting them because I want to use them in the decorating. So I hope you have a warm cup of coffee or tea or whatever makes you feel cozy, and let's get started.
Cornelia, you are one who will survive. When time's been bad, you put smiles on everyone. I think of you and of all I should have done. Don't you agree? With beating hearts, we're still alive. There comes a time when all you have is who you love. And Cornelia, you'll be all I'm thinking of.
If you saw my get it all done, do more day video, then you saw me DIY another vase I got from Goodwill, and I used that in my master bedroom makeover, and so I'm doing pretty much the same thing here. I used a little sample paint from Lowe's that I had that was around the color that I was going for, and I just painted the first coat on there, and then after that dried, I mixed that same paint with a little bit of baking soda, painted that on. I didn't dab it like I did the other vase. I wanted this to have a little bit of texture, but I didn't want to overdo it because it does have these really pretty ridges on the side, and so I wanted that to be the main thing that like a simple, but I wanted to highlight them too. So I'm mixing a little bit of black paint into the paint that I'm using, and just making the ridges more pronounced, but my paintbrush that I used I didn't have one small enough, and so I'm just going over with another paintbrush with that base paint and just trying to make it look more natural and not like I painted it on there. So I think it turned out fine. I actually don't do the whole thing. I just do half of it just in case I didn't like how it turned out, and I could just turn it around and use the basic side without that extra detail on the ridges. But it turned out really great, and I just love that you could take any kind of vase that you find or piece of glassware or anything and really make it the way that you want it and experiment. And I'm sure I'll get to a point where I've seen the mud application or coffee grounds. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm sure we will. So I'm just using the leftover paint that I had so it wouldn't go to waste and doing a second coat on the pumpkin. And we're going to let those dry, and we're going to bring up all the decorations that I have in my basement. Everything that I put out on the dining room table are things that I've had from the past couple years. Everything that I put on this tote right here with the yellow top are things that I've bought this year or recently. I haven't bought anything new. I've everything that ends up on top of this tote is thrifted. So we'll see how all of these things get incorporated and what I end up using. This vase I got at Goodwill a couple weeks ago. I thought the warm yellow would be a good addition to the fall decor this year. And the stems I've had for a couple years. I think these two that I'm working with right now, I got last year, and then the other ones I've had for a few years. I don't love them, but they're good filler and they come in handy, and so I'm going to hold on to them. The black vase or whatever it is, I'm not exactly sure, that you'll see in a second. I got that from Goodwill. And then everything else that I use on the TV stand I've had for several years. The pumpkins, the other stems, the bowl, the wood bowl that I use, and the wax warmer I've had for a while. And so the whole point of, or my whole process this year was to use what I have. And I intentionally did not go out and buy anything fall related, like new this year. And I wanted to wait and decorate everything and see what I absolutely felt like I really wanted, because in the last couple years, I think actually since I started watching YouTube, I don't know if I mentioned it in my last video, but it's since I've started watching YouTube, I would get so inspired. They would decorate, the channels would decorate so beautifully, and it would get me really excited to decorate. And so I would go out, right at the beginning in early August, I would go to all the stores and try to get all the things. And it ended up costing a lot of money. And honestly, you sit with it for a couple weeks, and then you watch another video come out, and I would get a little discontented, like, oh, I should have went that route with it. And so my goal this year was to use what I had and then see what was left over, or what holes that I wanted to fill, and be really intentional with it. So I'm cleaning out this wax warmer and putting in a new scent that I did get this year called Candied Pecans. And guys, I have been smelling it all day because I filmed that part today, and it smells so good every time I walk in here. And then you'll see later that I have it in the powder bath. It just smells so good. So and then you saw me do the cord cover, and then I painted that the same color as the wall color, and I'm really glad that I was able to get that done. It just looks so much cleaner right there. So these two pumpkin pillow covers I got last year from TJ Maxx, I think. I got them with these pillow inserts that I just reused for the other seasons, but these covers are so soft. This is what I was talking about. It didn't take long, and these just weren't the style that I think I was intending to go for, but they were really, really soft, and I'm reusing them now. This blanket this is from my granny. I've had it for a few years. The tan pillow was actually from my bed upstairs. I brought that down because I found two bigger pillows at Goodwill that I got new covers for to go on my bed anyway. And then that red and white striped pillow, I got I think it's called like a reddish brown pillow cover, and I think that turned out really well. So now we're in our entryway, and I got this table off Facebook Marketplace for really cheap, and I really wanted like a round pedestal accent table right here, but I didn't want to pay full price, like retail price for one. And so I found this and I thought that it would fit the bill, and we're going to decorate this. This is the vase that you saw me DIY at the beginning. All the stems I've had since last year and years before. This pumpkin candle holder I got last year, I think, at Home Goods, I believe. And then these precious little birds I got at the Kentucky State Flea Market a few weeks ago, and just real cheap, but I thought they were really precious and love that burnt orangey look. This is the pumpkin that I DIY'd, and you'll see later that I hang a family picture right in this entryway too, and add a rug that I've had for a little while. And so after that, we are moving into the powder bathroom, and I promise I wasn't intending to talk so much, but I do move pretty fast. And so anyway, this table I also got recently off Facebook Marketplace. I got it with a ton of other things. A lady was moving and I got a good deal on just a handful of things, and this table included. I thought that it worked really well in our half bath and just allowed me a surface to be able to decorate in here. I'm just playing around with some of the decorations that I have. This dark brown vase I got last year. The stems I got last year, both from Hobby Lobby. The little pumpkin canister, I got a set of 3 different colors from World Market, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. The towels that you see, the tea towels, I'll use those in the dining room as well. I've had those for several years. And I believe, I don't know if I add it yet, but you'll see in the final that I do add a couple other things in here. The other pumpkin I got last year or the year before, and the pumpkin sign that I hang in here I got last year, I believe, from Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you'll see it in plenty of other people's videos. It was pretty popular last year. So anyway, we are going to finish up in this bathroom and move on into the kitchen. This white cake stand I've had for a while, and I'm using it here because I wanted the things that I decorate together on this island to be grouped in more organized grouping together. And so I've had this clear vase for a while. Actually, it's not a vase, it's actually an old like lemonade container that I've had for years and years. All of the florals I've had for a couple years. That dark burgundy crock I got from Goodwill this year. That was the other pumpkin canister that came in that set, and the candle that I've had for a little while. And even the candy, I didn't get fall specific candy. I just used what I had. I'm sure I'll get some later, but I wanted to start off with what I had. So now I'm going to decorate the kitchen, the dining room table. I'm starting by wiping it down. All those decorations made a mess on the table, so we're wiping it down. I got this black metal toolbox from a yard sale last week, and originally I was going to try to DIY a centerpiece, like a piece of wood, an elevated wood platform to go across the table to decorate, but this I wanted to test out and see if I liked this instead. Saved me a little bit of effort, but I do think that it comes together well. I had envisioned using a bunch of different variety of candlesticks on the table, and so I'm just going to do that here, and you'll see me play around with it. All the candlesticks are either thrifted, bought from years past. A couple of them are from my granny who has passed, and I think that's it. But this is it. I don't decorate anything else in the kitchen. I'm very, very particular about clutter on my counters, so that island was all that I decorated in my kitchen, and so far I'm really glad that I didn't go too much. That's another temptation from watching all of these beautiful, like beautifully decorated videos that you see. I want to do what they're doing because they make it look so beautiful, but for me, practically, I just don't like having stuff on my counter, so I used some restraint and just decorated the island. And but let me stop talking and let you listen to some cozy music, and you'll see how the table evolves, and it will still evolve, and you'll see how it turns out at the very end, the final product.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you.
The next day after this, we already had a casualty. You see the two matching glass containers there on either end of the toolbox. My son knocked one off and it shattered to pieces, so I end up taking a glass pumpkin that I've had for years and years and years, and I put all of these napkins in it just because we wouldn't use them every day, but to have them ready. I got these napkin holders at Goodwill for a couple dollars for a whole pack of them, and I was specifically looking for brass napkin holders for the fall and Christmas time, so I was glad to find those. But you'll see that one of these glass containers is gone whenever I do the final walkthrough. But anyway, we're about to move outside, and I got these real pumpkins, these 3 right here, or 4 real pumpkins from Walmart. They were pretty cheap. The 2 really bright orange ones were the fake ones that I got from Goodwill, and I didn't paint them just because I wanted to wait and see, if I really thought it was necessary. But the little pumpkin sign I got from Hobby Lobby last year. This wreath I got from a yard sale a couple weeks ago, and these pillows I got either last year or the year before. They're not outdoor pillows, but I thought they'd be fine. This little pack of pumpkins I also got from Walmart, and the plants are actually part of that bundle that I got from Facebook Marketplace. But anyway, I'm going to do the final walkthrough here in a second. You'll see how everything turned out. These mums my husband planted. I wanted cascading mums down the steps, but he wanted to plant them, so we got those this year too. You'll see in the final walkthrough that I have a couple places that I decorate that I didn't show you, but you'll see everything together. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that this is a cozy season for you. I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.
You're the road